Okay, good. Good morning, everyone. So this is the video made for tutorial week 10, which is supposed to be October 2nd, 2020, Victoria University of Wellington for ACCY306. And my name is Amy. I'm the tutor of ACCY306 because my international flights, and this time was about like a few hours after my landing. I'm not pretty sure that I can find a room that could allow me to do the teaching pretty well with good internet. So I made this video before my flight. So during the tutorial, you're supposed to you're supposed to attend the Zoom classroom, and I'll be online to answer any question you may have. And right now I'm going to illustrate the lab questions, lab number 8, as what we learned, I believe we learned in the class. So today, continue as our last week tutorial, we are going to learn some very exciting thing on financial statement extracting variables. So you're going to be able to extract the variables on internet by using Google spreadsheet and a list of formula, as what we learned on page 316. So first, before we started, and I'm going to illustrate once more to review what you learned maybe in the classroom on Lab 8, Part 1. So hopefully you can see my screen, and so Lab 8.1, so please, this is your textbook, and I just got the online version. So hopefully you can. Okay, this your Chapter 8, you learned the financial statement analyze. So in order to calculate ratios or something, we need to read the financial statement. And here we are going to illustrate a quick way that we will be able to extract those variables wherever we want by using the short terms, as what we did in last week as well. So here today, let's first review about Lab 1. So this is your Lab 1. So Lab 1 actually it gives you a brief understanding on how to use Google Sheet and how to input the XBRL analyst formula in the Google Sheet. And so first, so the first step is you're going to get familiar with a whole bunch of the formulas listed on your textbook. So mainly we mainly we use this formula. So XBRL fact, it is a formula that will help you to extract the variables, and the variables will be listed in the second term, which is named as tag, and you just got different tag, refers to different tag location and the year and fiscal frequency, and then you will be able to output. So this is what this is normally the formula. And then first we are going to use the Apple company to extract the Apple company fiscal year at 2016, and period is the yearly report. And the scale is like we want to read the numbers in millions of dollars. So we divide the numbers by 1 million. And because that formula actually, the formula has a problem that the scale will be always have something wrong when you calculate it. So rather than you asking the formula to rounding it for us, we just divide it by the scale directly by ourselves. So just make sure there won't be any mistake in it. So first, what we are going to review is the, before we're doing the part 2, we're going to review the part 1 once more. So first we got the company, Apple company year 2016, period scale, period yearly and scale is 1 million. And what we want to do is we want to extract a whole bunch of information like from revenue to net income. So the key information, the key idea here is you need to understand how to import the formulas from XBRL. And the second one is you need to know how to type the formula refers to the right variables, and you probably want to log columns or rows or both of them to make sure that when you apply the same formula to the rest of the column or rows, they will be able to output the things you really want. So for example, here in column B, we want to output so many variables and you do not really want to type them one by one. So we are going to use the smart function of very easy way of Excel to make it understand us and be able to apply one formula to the rest of the other cells. And so let's just try to get lib once more to get lib 8.1 first, and then get 8.1b, and then we move to lib 8.2a and 8.2b. Do the batching game again. So first, what we do is we are going to open the Google Sheet. Sheets Google. And then we create a new one. So create a new one, and according to your textbook, you want to name it as XBRL common. And next is we want to input the fin dynamic formula. So here is the formula. We copy all of the formula. Copy. You can either use double click to copy, or double click is yours. Click once on your right side of your mouse, or you use Control-C if you're using Windows computer. So I just press Control-C, and then I go back to the spreadsheet, and then I click Tools, Script Editor. And here it is a place that we can import all of the functions. So we first clean everything and then paste, Control-V to paste all of the functions that we copied from the web page. And then we want to save it. Save it as XBRL. After you save it, you just close it. So far we have imported the function of XBRL into this Excel. And what we want to do is we first want to try to review the lib 8.1. in order to help you to better work on your 8.2. So first company, want to type Apple, but Apple is not the tag, sorry, the ticker. So we want to use the ticker that you identified on stock market. So Apple is AAPL. And here, next one is year is 2006. And period is yearly. And the other one is scale. Scale is 1 million. Next one is we want to repeat what we can see. Next one is we want to repeat what we can see here to try to ask it to calculate the different extract the different variables here. So what we do here is first, if you want to try whether you're doing it correctly, just type those. So what we want to get is we are going to type those one by one. So here I'm going to type them one by one. So obviously you can see here it is an income statement, and we want to just type the formula here. Make sure you don't type things wrong, because otherwise they won't output anything. So here we already typed everything, so make it wider. So these are the formulas. And the next one is we are going to type the function. So XBRL fact. So first you're going to put the company name, the ticker for company in. And second one is you're going to put the variable, the type. And then you put which year. and then divide by the scale. So this is the thing we tapped first. But we want to apply this function to the rest of the variables, and we'll find that if you apply it to the lower rows, and all of those numbers, those row numbers will change accordingly. What we want to fix is we want to fix the company name, year, period, scale, always the same. So in order to fix both of the row and the column, we have to use $sign. So the rows are the numbers and the columns are the A, B, C, D, F, G. So we just put $sign in front of each of the B1 to B4 in order to fix the company name, year, period, scale. So the only thing that changed is the tag names. So tag names, the only changing thing is the row number. So we can also fix the column name. So in order to fix them, we put $sign in front of them. Otherwise, if we don't fix them when we apply to the lower row, all of the row number will change to the lower row, to the next row. So that's what we want to avoid. So we put $sign so that no matter when we apply it to the other cells, the numbers for B1 to B4 will be always the same. And the only thing changed is the tag row number. It's changed from A6 to A18. So only the row number, we don't fix it. We click enter. Sorry, this is. Sorry, just to have something wrong. So, for example, so once more, so here we click enter. So it once more is SBRL fight. And first one is company name fixed, year fixed, before year it is, sorry. So before year it is $sign A, and then you don't fix the row, so it starts from 7. And then the next one is the period, it is $sign B, $sign 3. And divided by scale, so it's $sign B, $sign 4. What's wrong with the loading data? So let's. Sorry, just something wrong with the internet. So anyway, so this is the right formula. So when you apply to the rest, the other things, and there will be always the same. So wrong with it. Sorry, just something is wrong. And anyway, so after that, we are going to calculate something like 2001, 16 to 2015. So what we got is XBRL fact. So here is company name, revenue, year, period, divided by scale. Come on. So here it is the right thing. So if we change it and the other thing will change, so that's why we want to fix it. So we fix the everything. So here, rather than using B2 refers to the year, I want to use B6 because when I apply to the right-hand side, I want them to change different years. So just change to B6, and we fixed the row number, but doesn't fix the column number. Sorry. And so B1 we fix it, A we fix it, and B3 we fix it, and B4 we fix it. And then we just apply it to the rest. It seems like it takes a long time for the Wi-Fi to process, but anyway, you'll figure out. It looks like the thing on your in your lecture materials. And then we move to, so here the key thing is we try to review how to put a function. And then we try to pull out the dollar sign, pull out the different numbers out, and then we calculate the ratios by using each of the number divided by using the revenue to divide each of the number, and then we will get a percentage. So that's the idea of lab 8.1. Let me close it so maybe we can get a better Wi-Fi. So just restart it because something looks wrong with my Wi-Fi. And then today we are going to try to review what you learned in Lab 8.8 Part 1, and then we go to continue the matching game. So we, in the textbook, they give us this A, B, C, D, F, G, H, I, J is on your page 316. So you will be able to calculate those percentage ratios. And you want to identify which company is which. And this is in terms of fiscal year 2016. So what you need to do is you are expected to first extract all of the variables and then calculate the ratios. The first part, it is as a percentage of sales. Actually, it's a part of the income statement. So you first calculate revenue, which is the total sales. And then you use revenue to divide each of the other variables and get a percentage. It is a percentage of sales. And the second part, it is as a percentage of assets. So actually you can see those variables in your balance sheet. And what you need to do is first extract the variables, and then you will be able to calculate the ratios. Calculate the ratios. And then I just continue. And then what we want to do is I will give you some more time for yourself to explore, and then we're going to go back to construct the table 8. The table is like 1. So first I will give you like around 20 minutes to explore, and then come back and we're going to look at the answer. So you can start to explore, play around data by yourself. Okay, so everyone, welcome back to the tutorial. And so I believe that you have spent the time to explore by yourself for the lab 8 part 2. So we are going to look how we construct the variables, constructed the financial statement. So share screen, share. So here actually the first thing is, excuse me. So the first thing is for the 10 companies you want to, sorry, excuse me. So you want to get the revenue and the asset for each of the 10 companies. So it's from Bank of America, Walmart to Mondelez. And so what we need to do is we need to use the year, fiscal period, scale, and ticker. And the function we need to use, it is the XBRL fact. So as what we always did is like we log some of the row number and or some of the column number or both. And then you can see the result. Probably you got the same result as me. So this is for the year 2016. And so this is a smart way of the macro of the Excel's like, for example, you change it to 2018. So if we change it to 2018, all of the numbers will be changed accordingly. And so we just change it back to 2016. So, and suppose you change the variable name and everything will change accordingly as well. So this is the total revenue. So you will see the revenue in your income statement. And for asset terms, you will be able to see them in your balance sheet. And so here for Walt Disney Company, actually something is wrong with the raw data. So you cannot get any number for Disney Company, but it doesn't influence our identification for the other companies. So this is the Lab 8. Part 2A, and then we move to Lab Part 2B. So Lab 8 Part 2B, actually what you need is to calculate the ratios. So far it is I just try to copy and paste those numbers. So this horizontally it is a company, and vertically it is the different financial terms, accounting terms. So the upper part, it is the income statement, and lower part is a balance sheet. And so you use the same function, XBRL fact, that is on your textbook, and then you'll be able to firstly get the numbers here. And secondly, you will be able to get ratios. And in order to identify which company is which, you actually do not compare each of the ratios. You just use one of the ratio term. For example, cost of revenue or gross profit. You can match the answers, match the companies. So after you do the match, you will be able to identify which company is which, right? So this is, so what you need to do is you just choose one variable percentage number and you compare with your textbook. So this is your textbook. You compare with those ratios and you will be able to identify A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, which company is which. So this is the end of today's tutorial. After today's tutorial, you will be very confident in construct the statement and construct the ratios calculation from the statement by using Google spreadsheet. And you can input the functions in the Google spreadsheet. And the next tutorial and the tutorial after the next. So next two, we are going to look at the answer for Lab 8 question 3 and part 3 and lab 8 part 4. So this is the end of today's tutorial. So make sure that you spend enough time in playing around the data and Excel. So the more time you spend, the more confident you will feel. So best luck to your study. I'll be looking forward to see you next week. So next week will be in Zoom meeting only, because I will have a stable Wi-Fi signal, so there won't be any problem of it. So I'll be looking forward to see you again. See you next week.